horse performance, and I wanted to show you a little comparison between the two. I've done a little bit of research, and there's probably quite a bit of companies out there that you can get these through. But some things that sold me on the Lightning Horse performance was, instead of a single pass, it is a dual pass versus the stock aftercooler, intercooler. As far as thickness goes, you can see the difference between the two. There is significantly greater thickness between the two. They're about the same width, of course, but again, you can look at the properties, and then again, it is a dual pass radiator, intercooler. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing mounted up. I've got these brackets here that I've got to put in first, and I'll take you with me here. All right, so the intercooler is in. All right, so the best thing to do, in my opinion, is to go ahead and assemble this bracket here. This bracket on this side has got the hooks, and I don't know if you can see that. It hooks on the frame. What the best way approach to doing this is take this rubber grommet off, and actually don't put this piece on that. Kind of just put it flush against this. Hook it in. Then you can pry this down just a little bit, put your rubber grommet on, and then slide it over this, and then take your couple extensions, and even though it looks like you're starting it crooked, you really ain't. And then there are the 8mm bolts. So if you have taken if you've taken your coolant pump off, you know, that'll hook up here. But now with the dual pass, it's going to have a different hose that comes with it. So your factory hose will hook up here, as I just did, put your clamp on, and then your new hose will hook into, which will come with it, which goes to your water pump, and hook it into the new pigtail, and go ahead and probably put the upper radiator hose on just while I've got some time here. So it's kind of hard to get you all in here to see all this, but I'm going to go ahead and hook up what I can for now. So that gives you a little bit of an idea. So as you can see, which it's kind of dirty, but I have my bracket in for the GT500 fuel pump, or intercooler pump. So what I actually did is, there's a piece here that's looped around, and it bolts into this piece. It's all made into one. What I did is I cut that little ledge off, and then I cut, this was like an elbowed piece, and I cut off it. And I actually, if you all can see it, you probably can't. Let me see if I can get up here. Let me show you. See how I put it on the back side, and then I'm gonna always leave that bolt in, so it kind of just have a nut on the back side that won't never come out. So it kind of makes it for a quick change. So you can see one hose goes there, and then your other hose is gonna, I've got to figure out here. I don't know how it's gonna run just yet, so I've got plenty of extra. All right, that being said, that pump also comes with this pigtail to hook into the new pumps. So that gets that. You can see I've got it really clean. I've also got, let me just actually show you. I've got the rear tires and new front tires. I had to go with a smaller tire. They're the NT05R Nittos. I went ahead and put them on the front. Tire rack was doing a sale, and they had them really cheap compared to any other tire. I detailed it yesterday, which it's already getting dirty again. Inside needs still a little work, but I have it running. I've got a little bit of an issue, and it may be just because it's not tuned. But when you cold start it, it wants to smoke a little bit. So I had a guy actually comment on one of my shorts. He said, that supercharger's badly painted. No, it's not. If you can see the quality of build, there's nothing badly painted. What happened was, per the owner's request, I think they wanted to paint the engine to kind of keep that polished look, a lower maintenance. But the problem was the clear coat that was purchased, it just don't hold up to the heat. So it's one of them experimental things. We all do things like that from time to time, and they probably thought it was going to work, and it just didn't. So looking at everything now, you can see I have the I forgot what brand that is, that fuel regulator. 4, yeah. I have it set at about 40 psi right now. Also have the new fuel rails. I have the Gates belt. It is the 3-inch upper pulley with the 10-inch or 9.75 lower pulley. Supposedly it's supposed to make 19 pounds of boost. It's only making 15 right now for whatever reason, I don't know. Like you seen earlier in this video, I have the dual core radiator, or intercooler, aftercooler, whatever you want to call it, liquid cooled radiator. That's done. I went ahead and put the 700 horsepower big air map sensor from Lightning Force Performance as well. I went ahead and changed the oil. I changed the supercharger oil. I have began to try to get that clear coat off. As you can see, that had clear coat on it when I got it, so it's coming off. But like I say, I don't know what's going on here, and I'm actually going to start it real quick because I've got a couple issues with the truck. And one, I'm going to open this door, but I'm going to start it to show you what it's doing. It only does it during cold start. It does not do it when you get on it. Nothing like that. It's just cold start. And like I say, I'm wondering, is this not something to do with the tune? Because it needs tuned, obviously. So let me open this door real quick. And y'all can hear it run. It runs a lot better now, which I'm not going to do a lot of revving because the engine's cold, but I just want you all to hear it running. Here in just a second, but maybe, I don't know what it is, but it just does it at startup. And you can see, I mean, you know, a little bit of that is moisture, but I mean, it runs so good. I mean, listen. Go away. I mean, it doesn't do that. I don't know what the deal is there, but it does that every time you cold start it, and then it goes away. The engine. Let me shut this back off. So the engine has got not even 1,000 miles on it yet, but it it sat for 14 years. So could it have a broke ring? I guess it could, but I feel like if it had a broke ring, it'd be smoking all the time instead of, and it could be a leaky valve seal in the heads. I mean, let me get a rag and let's just check the oil. But like I say, it does put out a cloud of white smoke, which I'm a little discouraged about. But what can you do? I mean, it's one of them things when you buy something that sits a long time, you know, it's one of those things you just, you sometimes get that, and as a risk that, you know, I was willing to take. It runs really good. I mean, it is stout. And like I say, it's not even tuned yet. Well, it is, well, I did just start it, but it's a little low, which is weird because I'm wondering if we ain't burning a little oil. We'll see here. I'm gonna let it run on down. I'll check it here in a minute, and maybe I'm just being paranoid. That's the bad thing about stuff like this. I get really paranoid. And so I guess cons right now, or well, let's talk about the pros for just a minute with this thing. The pros so far is it runs, I mean, it is really stout. It does not smoke other than when you start it up. First thing in the morning, you know, first thing in the morning. This is the first time I've started it today, so that was a cold start. It's not been tuned, so that's a pro. Hey, maybe, you know, maybe that it just needs tuned, because like I say, this is running 80-pound injectors with no tune. So when you shut it off or when you turn it on, maybe the startup tune is like pouring fuel, and you know, fuel would also be that similar color. It'd be more black or whitish, I guess, but I don't know. We'll find out pretty soon, I guess. It's hard to say, but see, let's check that oil, see if it's any better. I swear it looks like half low. Surely it's not using that much oil. That would be like an insane amount of oil intake. We have major problems with the Lightning. So I want to give y'all an update with the Lightning. The last time I filmed, I had like a 35-minute long video. I uploaded it. I did some things like some intercooler upgrades and stuff like that. I'll talk about that in a minute. But it didn't upload. So I'm gonna have to refilm just basically an update video and show you what's going on. So as you can see behind me, the Lightning is in a million pieces. I found out that again, the owner that had it spared no expense. However, the leadership that he had telling him what to do to the Lightning, in my opinion, was pretty poor. The cam choice is great. The supercharger choice is great. All the stuff that he done was good to some degree. I don't know what the story was, and it really don't matter, but I have to fix it. So I'm just going to walk you all through this. Basically right now, the main issue that I was having was cylinder number 8 was not running correctly. So what was going on, I thought that I had detonation, thought I burned a hole in the piston. That's not what happened. Actually, what happened was, where this thing had been sitting for so many years, the valve guide seal on number 8 piston was dry rotted and leaking oil on top of the piston. So when you'd shut it off of a night, they would be like a quart of oil or something on top of the piston. Or not a quart, listen to me. A shot glass full of oil. And it was a major issue. So the last video I updated, I put new injectors in, which you can kind of see there. I put a new big intercooler, double pass intercooler in, and I'll show you that here in a minute. And I put let's see, I put new fuel rails in. I put a lot of stuff in. I can't even remember exactly everything I did. But I did quite a bit of stuff there. So now where I'm at is, as you can see, there's a lot of steel gold where the clear coat turned, and it's flaking off. So the only thing that you see here is basically alternator, great, the alternator and the supercharger. And so what I have to do is get this gold off, because I have people, keyboard warriors online, they're like, oh my gosh, the paint job on your supercharger looks terrible. I'm like, yeah, no kidding, it looks terrible. I know it looks terrible, and it's not because somebody done a bad job, it's just, you know, clear coat don't stay on a Lightning. So anyway, it's a mess. I've got to get that off. I think a little lacquer thinner probably, just rub it on, and it'll probably come right off. It's just this and this. It's not that big a deal. The rest of the stuff, valve covers, the turkey pan, the upper intake, and all that stuff are at powder coat. I'm having them powder coated gloss black. I know everything is polished for the most part, but the unfortunate part is I'm not going to spend that much time working on all this, trying to get this back in shape. I don't have the time. I had to move my dyno date back to November the 22nd, so I just really don't have time to do all this. Some things that I have run into so far. The head gaskets, that was another thing, because I was only making like 16 pounds of boost. Come to find out, when I took it out, it was like the cheapest set of Felpro head gaskets you could buy. It was a bimetal instead of a triple layer. Yeah, I looked them up. They were like $25 my cost a set, so that ain't gonna work. So I ordered a set from Lightning Force Performance. That's who I've been getting all my stuff through. I ordered a set of those. I found the cheapest place I could find ARP head bolts. I bought a set of ARPs, or studs, I'm sorry. Cheapest place I could find those was Summit. I would have got them from Lightning Force, but it was going to cost me another 40 bucks. At this point, I'm pinching pennies because this has become quite expensive. Which, again, I got the truck for such a deal, I could afford to spend some money on it. The bottom end looks mint. Good thing is that I pulled the engine apart anyway, because it was a good thing that happened, because under the turkey pan there was a massive mouse nest full of insulation, which I've yet to get out. I will tell you, it was a bear to get all this apart. Some things that I've run into that I don't think I'm going to reuse is your timing chain guides. They look okay. I'm probably going to go with a set of MMR. At this point, I know they're 400 bucks, but my goodness, at this point, you might as well do it, because I'm going to tell you what, I'm doing a 4.0 right now, putting timing chain guides in, and I've seen what can happen. I'm going to tell you, it just ain't really worth the risk, in my opinion. So I'm going to probably just go ahead and put them in new. Like I said, I did find out something neat. Check this out. I discovered that it's got a Garrett intercooler, and so that will be nice. I'm going to clean that out and drain that out. That's an upgraded intercooler as far as I know. But look at how this supercharger is peeling. that'll come off quite easily. And basically what they done when they built it is they polished everything, and then what happened was they clear coated it to, you know, keep it from having to keep polishing it all the time. And well, obviously the clear coat changed. The painters that painted this are really good, obviously, because look at the truck. I mean, this truck is so mint. I mean, it is clean as a pin. I mean, it's dirty now, but I mean, you just don't get that kind of paint job without being a good painter. So we can't say that it was the painter's fault that they didn't know what they were doing, because obviously they did. So I'll pop the hood, show you what's going on under the hood. Don't that look nice? Very clean. Check this out though. Look at the mouse nest in there. You can't really see too good. It's a mess, okay? I know it's a mess. This right here, I'm gonna redo, put a new water pump in it, even though I don't really probably need one. It's gonna get one. Everything's gonna be new. I'm gonna try to drain the block of water best I can. Put new coolant in it. It is a mess, guys. I know it's a mess, but I really just don't have a choice right now. This is not what I wanted, trust me. I did not want to be doing this right now. Unfortunately, it is the good thing is, when it's done, it's gonna be worth some serious money, because this is a 30,000 mile truck, original. And since then, it's been fully built. The build has less than 1,000 miles on it, but where it's sat, I mean, you all know, you can't let one sit and the seals be good. This could be a good thing, because I mean, I'm gonna put new front seal in it. I'm not gonna put a new rear main seal in. It was fine. It will get a new pan gasket, because when I pulled the timing cover off, it ripped it. So the only thing really I have to do right now, when my parts come back in, is put a new pan gasket on, which, as you all know, as anybody's worked on a Lightning, they're kind of a pain. There's no way, I don't think, that you can do a pan gasket with the engine in it unless the heads are removed. Right now the heads are removed, so all I gotta do is take the motor mounts loose, pick the engine up, and hopefully I should have enough room to get the pan out. Again, it's a major mess right now, so that's kind of where I'm at. I wanted to show you some things that I had done, and I guess I could show you this new intercooler, which was in my last video, but it didn't upload for whatever reason. Check that out. That also has the new GT500 pump in it. So that's very exciting. I'm gonna flush that out. I'm gonna run the new coolant in it. This thing rips. I will go ahead and tell you. I mean, it flat gets it. I really enjoy it. I really love the truck. It is a show truck, and I am really looking forward to getting it back together and tuned and ready to go, and everything cleaned up the way it should look, all that gold gone. I have been building stuff on the shop, so I've been staying really busy. I've been building an office, and I've been working on some things too. You can see here, get started. I've got this 4.0 I've been working on, so I've just really been busy, and I haven't had time to film. So I've got parts and engine stuff everywhere. I mean, it's just the shop's a mess. I've been putting a Holly sniper on the old Bronco, and so it's just, again, I've been really busy with other things, and so I haven't posted any content. But I'm gonna try to keep y'all in the loop. Again, the parts are The heads are at Sky Tower, getting worked on. Just basically at this point, I'm just waiting to get everything back where I can get her back together and rolling. It's going to take a little bit of a process. While I'm waiting on the heads, I probably need to go ahead and drop the pan, clean it all up, put the new gasket on it, seal it up, and have that done. And so when the timing cover and all that gets back in and the heads get back in, I can start piecing it back together. Again, I'm on a time crunch. I'll be making some videos in November the 22nd. I'll be doing the dyno, and so be looking forward to that video. I was planning on doing that October 17th, I think is when my last dyno date was, which is a few days ago. And we'll be putting everything back together. I expect this thing to make some serious horsepower, because when I took it for a spin before and it was only running on 7 cylinders, it was bad. And so this ought to be a very hot truck. So I look forward to getting that done, and I hope you do too. Stay tuned with us. Continue to subscribe and like and follow this content. You can follow this build and follow many other builds that we have here at Champion Garage. Go to like our Facebook page, and we'll see you next time.